As we weren't able to finish the gameplay part of the world, the tests obviously fell flat on that aspect. Of course, we still wanted to test and show the tests that we had, so we did. Only we put our players in this setting with less instructions and no goal whatsoever, just to see what will happen. There were many hilarious aspects of this world, being stuck in one place, for instance, as either actor or player. You would be put in a spot in a weird position, unable to get out, but able to interact with others. When you give players interactivity in VR, they don't just want the finger, they want the arm. Which makes sense, seeing others in total freedom doing different things, other things than you are, you want to go there too, right? And play with them. This goes for players and actors both. Introducing players through dialogue in the setting works incredibly well. Getting asked what you're here for and what your interests are, and then being assigned a role, makes it a kind of special selection procedure. A personal introduction motivates you to be part of the world. Even though we really tried, we couldn't get a daytime environment to be exciting. Darkness in VR just adds intrigue. Light removes it. Building your environment purely on real life aesthetics also limits creativity and puts constraints on imagination. Audience members quickly got bored if there isn't something exciting happening in the world. It's a dull moment when you realize what you see is what you get. There needs to be a lot more guidance on what actors and audience members are doing in a scene if they're going to be placed in it. Removing the ability to do certain things and limit players just subtracts from the overall experience. Finding out you can't do certain things that others can in VR is a real bummer. There were, like always, things we didn't plan for at all, and we're glad we discovered them in this test. Firstly, approaching the end of this experiment, we start to get a huge frame rate issue. We were placing too many objects around, textures in 4K resolutions, and we had around 10 point lights with shadows around the map, and don't even get me started about the hidden mirrors. It was so bad that half of our project members couldn't even enter the world anymore. Another important thing to note is that Neos also supports desktop mode. We designed our experience purely for VR, with buttons that were physical touch only, to try to add that immersion. We didn't announce this to our testers beforehand, and some of them showed up in desktop mode to improve their frame rate. They immediately got stuck in the first part of the map, as they were required to physically touch a button to proceed, which they simply couldn't do.